I think unboxing videos are really big now on YouTube. So I'm gonna do something called an unbagging video, which is where I basically see what's in my little brown bag of goodies that I just spent about $30 on at Fisherman's Landing. Now, I've found that the easiest way to stock up for fishing trips is to just walk into your local tackle shop an hour before you go and buy what you need for an individual day of fishing, you know? Because I misplace everything. So if I just buy what I need for one day, I know that I'm not gonna lose too much of an investment tomorrow. So what we've got is a spool fluorocarbon, 12 pound. It's about right, about appropriate. It's Zorn, it's Seaguar, it's Blackwater, it doesn't really matter, it just is what it is. It all works the same. We've got some little Lead Masters premium jig heads. Perfect, great for little swim baits. We got some gulp shrimp. Now, let me tell you about gulp shrimp. This is like the best thing you could ever use for just pitching on pilings. It doesn't do anything, but it smells good, and bass are pretty dumb. They're not smart fish. They're not like looking at that bait and really too concerned about what it is, but these smell really good. It looks like a little crustacean just falling off a piling, and frankly, this on like a little 1/8 ounce like lead head, little dart head's gonna catch you about as much spotties as any swim bait will, maybe more. Oh, all right. Oh, beautiful little spotty. Wow, that is the first spotted bay bass I've caught on this boat. It's kind of neat. That is a fine specimen, a quality model by all accounts. Let's catch another one. That was fun, man. That really like throws it back. That harkens you back to a different era. You know, spotties are such an awesome fish, and it's so accessible. You know, I just drove 100 yards out of my slip and stopped driving and started fishing, and you're catching like a really neat little game fish. We're in San Diego Bay. I hear the fishing's good here. This is a sick boat, Salt Fever. What a beautiful boat. Look at that beautiful stainless work. I would love a boat like that. You know, it's good. If you want to buy a boat like that, you should talk to Zach Zorn behind the camera, because he's a yacht broker and he's good at his job. You know, the thing about when you're like fishing this gulp shrimp is a fish is gonna like eat it and really sit on it. It's not gonna spit it out necessarily. So if you feel a bite, it's often just gonna feel like your rod tip loading up a little bit. Maybe you'll get that like defined tick, but especially with the spinning rod, I think you lose a little bit of sensitivity because you don't always have direct contact with the line. When I'm fishing, you know, a bait caster, I always have some contact with the line. Here, I think you see it in the rod tip more. It's like a more dulled pressure, you know, as opposed to that physical tick on your finger. All I'm doing is throwing it at these outer pilings with a little 1/8 ounce head and a gulp shrimp and letting it drift down. It's like the most basic, standard, simple style of spotty fishing you'll ever do, but it's remarkably effective. And it's fun, you know, it's not a whole lot of physical effort output. So what have we been up to for the last few months? Well, I'll tell you, we actually had a really cool fall this year. You know, coming off a few years of really good bluefin fishing, that's obviously been taking up most of my time in fishing output. We had a really cool opportunity to go down to Mexico and fish the tournament circuit down there with somebody who I've fished with quite a bit, you know, on the Hawk through my charter operation, and it was a really neat experience. We went down there the first week of October and fished, you know, 25 of the next 30 days. Fished the Bisbees, the Little Bisbees, the Tuna Jackpot, a bunch of world-class fishing tournaments down there at the IGY, downtown Cabo. And we actually ended up taking 5th place in the Black and Blue, the Bisbees Black and Blue, which is pretty much, you know, the richest fishing tournament in the world. A lot of money gets thrown around in that event, and we were fortunate enough to get a really good fish on the first day of competition. That was my first experience running a boat in that tournament circuit. It was like a really cool learning experience to go down there and put time in a relatively new fishery. I mean, I've spent a lot of time down there, but not as much behind the wheel of a boat, and figuring out that fishery and putting together a program and catching a 442-pound blue marlin, you know, on the first hour of, or maybe the second hour of the first day, and then coming within 10 pounds of winning $1 million. That was pretty cool. We didn't win $1 million. We were very close. We got 5th place overall in the tournament, and we got 2nd place on the day 1 daily. So another team got a fish that was 10 pounds bigger than us when everything was said and done. But man, what a cool experience.
Get him! Get him! Hold on, he's almost dead. Forward, he's right there. He's upside down, sideways. Hold on, they're just waiting for a good angle. Stick him! Go, stick him! There you go! Oh, there we go! Yeah, boy! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
That's a good fish, guys.
That's a good fish.
Ready?
Ready?
2, 1.
Someone get this gap. Go, 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 go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hold on.
Okay, that's a big fish, boys.
Big fish out here this year.
We're Team Chinito Benito. Davis on is the owner and the angler on this fish. Quick fight, 20 minutes. And we got him. We're stoked. Just glad to be here. Happy to catch a qualifier.
442!
Yeah! 4 words, that's all I got to say. Believe in your captain.
Oh, well, he's not very big, but that's what they look like. Little spotted bay bass. Spunky little critters. You know, I'll tell you a story about spotties. When I go down and fish in Mexico, like Mag Bay, we catch spotties in 120, 130 feet of water all the time, fishing for yellowtail, you know, outside of Mag or outside of Santa Maria. And you go in the bay and they literally are about as thick as they get. I mean, you'll catch them 5 at a time on a sabiki. In fact, one time I remember it very vividly. We were down there and one of the local pongas brought us a bucket of shrimp. Oh, there's another one. Oh, ah. Are you kidding me? That is such an adorable animal. I mean, let's be real. If I had an aquarium, this little guy would be in it for shizzle. Wow, what a cute fish. That's like the smallest spotty I've ever legitimately caught. And a kiss for good luck. Yo, this thing's... How did this happen? Dude, this is why I don't fish spinning gift. I don't even know how this stuff happens. Oh, lighter. Nice body. Yeah, that's actually a pretty respectable fish. I think that's a legal spot. No, not quite, but it's a nice one. You know, respectable animal. There we go. Oh, fish on. Beautiful spotty. Almost legal. Maybe. Nah, it's not gonna be. He won't go, but. You know, if you were in here like throwing the blade around or throwing a bigger reaction bait, you'd probably be catching a little bit of bigger fish, but there's something methodical and soothing about just crawling a swim bait or popping around a little shrimp. I really need a pair of sunglasses. I'm like notorious for going through so many pairs of sunglasses on like a monthly basis that at this point I basically just walk into 7-Eleven and pick up the pugs off one of those racks. Oh God, I almost forget Harvey on the dock. Harvey, come here. Load up. No wonder you were up for adoption. I always forget him. I don't know why. And my dog. I almost forgot my dog again. Harvey, Harvey, Harvey.